Very good. Well, first of all, what I would say is let me congratulate each of you because completing a structural integration training is more than a qualification. It's a transformation in how you perceive human beings. You now understand the body as a living architecture, an unfolding process, not a mechanical machine, not man as machine. And that shift alone, I think, places you among a very small number of practitioners who work with people rather than parts. So when you meet a client, remember this: fascia does not respond to technique, it responds to relationship. Tissue reorganizes when the person feels safe enough to reorganize. So the most important skill you bring is not your hands, but your presence. Touch is a conversation, and your job is to listen before you speak. And everybody you meet is negotiating their own history, their own protections, their own adaptations, their own hopes. So treat that with reverence, is what I would say to you. Work with the person, not the problem. And if you're quiet enough, the body will always reveal its priorities and the places that it wishes to be left undisturbed. So from my perspective, we don't impose coherence, we create conditions in which coherence can emerge. But I want to speak also about something larger than clinical practice. This education and structural integration doesn't only make you better practitioners, I believe it makes you better human beings. So you've now learned to slow down, to listen deeply, to be present without judgment. And these aren't, merely therapeutic skills. They are foundations of being a caring person in a world that is currently overwhelmed by noise, fragmentation, war, and fear. And you now carry something rare. You carry the capacity to cultivate coherence, not just in tissue, but in relationships, in conversations, and so important to me, in communities. So every time you offer someone your full attention, every time you breathe before you react, every time you create safety in a space where none existed, you soften the world. And these small acts matter. So let me offer you two daily practices that probably ripple beyond your own treatment room. One, I would say, offer someone your unhurried presence. Even for that short period of time that you're going to be with them. Most people walk through their day unseen. So I believe that presence restores dignity. And then two, practice one act of coherence each day. Soften your breath before a difficult conversation. Choose curiosity over certainty. Move in a way that brings you back into yourself, because coherence is contagious. Never forget that. And then, I suppose, finally, remain humble. Fascia rewards curiosity, not certainty. And you'll make mistakes. And for those mistakes, you will become better. Every client you teach will teach you something new if you allow them. So never underestimate the privilege of structural integration, the work that you're going to be doing. People will come to you with their vulnerabilities, trusting you with their stories, their injuries, their reorganization or the reorganizing. So honor that trust. And you may think that you're helping them change, but very often what you'll find, it's you who will change. So go forward, have compassion, integrity, and the courage to keep learning. Structural integration is not a destination. It's a lifelong apprenticeship to the mystery of being a human being. And I love being part of a community and contributing to a community in a meaningful way. And I think that's the journey that you're about to take. So, yeah, I think that's probably as much as I should say